Well, we talked about this a bit yesterday. He's a former prison guard that was very close to O.J. Simpson. And he has a lot of information. He's out doing some talking right now. His name is Jeff Felix on the line. Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Hey, good morning.
Hey, thanks for coming on. And
Hey, no problem.
We've followed this. Of course, we've all followed O.J., right? I mean, everybody follows, whether it was just back during the trial or what's going on now. He, of course, is in jail. And what are your? I mean, you were close to him. You saw him every day.
Yes.
What's going on in the head of O.J.?
We probably spent 3-4 hours a week walking the track together, hanging out in his cell. I mean, we talked about everything. He told me one time that after Al Cowens, I was his most trusted buddy.
Wow.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, that is until now.
Hey, good point.
That's funny.
Yeah. Jeff, did you know that you were going to reveal all once you stopped working there?
Pretty much, yes. I took notes for the 7 years, and then I couldn't talk about it at work because I would have been, terminated.
Right.
And I didn't want to bring anybody else in because if another officer or somebody knew about it, they'd be terminated as well. So I didn't even tell anybody. I didn't tell my wife, my kids, my parents, nobody.
Wow.
Just kept to myself for 7 years.
What did he tell you? I mean, did he tell you, is there any belief did he hint to you at all that maybe he did it?
Well, his idea was that 2 drug dealers came to his house that same day, and they told him that Nicole and Ronald owed them $30,000 for cocaine. And he's been covering them for a while, and he wasn't going to cover it again. So they asked the Juice if it'd be all right to go over there and confront them about it. Well, the Juice said, yeah, but no violence, blah, blah, blah. And then I think the Juice followed them over there, and that's how his shoes got in the crime scene.
Okay, wait a minute.
I think
this is your theory, or this is his explanation?
This is what
this is his theory, but he wouldn't admit that he followed them over there.
Oh, okay.
Because I pulled that up on him. I said, hey, look, Juice, your shoes were over there.
Yeah.
I mean, not every person walks around with $1,500 Italian shoes.
Right.
Size 13.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he knows he followed them over there, but who knows?
You believe he's innocent.
You think he's innocent?
No.
No, you don't.
I know he had something to do with those murders. I mean, I was born at night, but not last night. I am his buddy, but I had a job to do in the prison. I mean, he came to me. I didn't go to him. I'm not a starstruck guy. But, when you get to go to work and hang out with O.J. Simpson, it's pretty cool.
O.J., of course, is at the Lovelock Correctional Facility in Nevada. And that happened after, how they got him was because he was going back in to steal back memorabilia that he said was his and was stolen from him, right?
Correct. What happened was one of his buddies called him up and said, hey, Juice, these guys are staying at the Palace Station. Why don't you come over there and we can get your stuff back? They said they're going to give it back to you. Well, he met up with one guy, then another guy had a gun. They all 3 went in there, and the situation went all bad from there.
I do want to, for the younger members of our audience that don't know this story, Jeff is not calling O.J. a Jew. He's not calling him Jews. It's juice.
The
juice.
juice.
As in O.J., get it? Orange juice. That's what O.J. Simpson was known as. And being a Bills fan, a Buffalo Bills fan, man, to see him, this is a legend we're talking about here.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it all ended badly. Andrew, your question.
So, Jeff, good morning. I wanted to ask you, too, I know that you had the opportunity to talk to him and spend a lot of time with him. Of course, you probably talked a lot about his past and the possibility of his criminal activity, but did he ever have long conversations with you about some of the games that he played in or, his time spent in the NFL?
Yeah, he more talked about his time at USC than the NFL.
Uh-huh.
He didn't really like playing in Buffalo. I know you guys are Buffalo fans, and so am I. But he wanted to be traded, and I guess they threw a huge deal at his manager, and he stayed there. But he mostly talked about his good times at USC. Those were his favorite days.
In a similar vein, I think it was on Inside Edition, I heard you say that you asked him about the Nicole and Ronald killings, and he just kind of threw you a look. Did you ever ask him about how this whole memorabilia deal went down? Did he ever boast about how you don't screw the juice over or something like that?
Well, yeah, he thinks, and I think as well, that the guy that said he had his stuff set him up. I mean, he had the room bugged. You know, he just and that guy that set him up actually wrote a book. I didn't find that out till the other day. I mean, he's not happy about it. He just said, you know, I wish Marcia Clark would have done the trial instead of the other person that did it.
That's funny. Hey, did he have any visitors? I mean, do his kids visit? Cato Kalin, does he come by?
Because I worked Monday through Thursday, and visiting was on the weekends, and I wasn't pertinent to the visiting information.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Do you expect to ever talk to him again?
Yeah. When he gets out, you know, OJ is a pretty forgiving guy.
Yeah.
When he gets out, I'm sure we're gonna talk, maybe play some golf. He's pretty forgiving.
All right.
When is he due to be out? I thought it was like 3 decades he was in there for.
Well, you know how that goes.
He got his parole on his first sentence, but which wouldn't release him. He comes up for parole, I think, in 2.5, 3 years on this sentence that would let him have freedom. So I don't know if they're going to let him out or not. It's going to be a close call.
There was a situation where he got into it with a white supremacist. You talk about what happened there?
Yeah. Well, what happened is everybody knows in the prison that OJ cuts in front of lines. He's not going to wait on the culinary line. He's not going to wait on the clinic line.
Is it really like that?
Line everywhere he goes. And this Aryan guy, got upset, so he cut in front of OJ. OJ said something to him. He said something back to OJ and pushed OJ. Okay? So when I came back from my days off on Monday, you know, OJ pulled me up. He goes, look, Felix, I'm in a bad situation. I can't fight this guy because I won't get my parole. I can't have somebody fight him because I'll still go to the hole, and I can't tell on him operations because I'll be a rat.
Yeah.
He asked me to fix it, so I took care of it. I went to the Aryan shot caller and told him that this guy needs to at least shake hands and apologize to OJ. And before the end of the day, it was a done deal.
In exchange for what, though? What was given up? Nothing?
Nothing. Well, the whole thing is, though, is that, you know, the prison management at Lovelock is very good.
Yeah.
And they knew I could quash things at low level. So there was no reason to write this guy up. I mean, it was just quash at a low level.
He didn't have to, like, sign a football or something?
I probably would have done that for another inmate as well, just to make sure there's no fights on the yard. We don't need all that drama at work.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nobody needs it, right? Nobody needs it.
Hey,
no,
Jeff,
we don't need shots fired on the yard when I first walk into work in the morning.
Sure.
The next time Andrew does something bad, I think we throw him in the hole.
I like it. Let's find a hole somewhere.
Jeff, have you ever maybe made any money off of something that he signed or anything like that?
No, never. And they check his mail going out, mail coming in, so he can't get away with that.
You know, it would be kind of, I mean, I'm trying to think what would be valuable, but if he were to sign, like, something within the prison,
right,
that would probably have
spork or a tray or something.
That's right.
Piece of bread.
Yeah, that's funny. So you got to be thinking, though, Jeff, we're talking, by the way, to Jeff Felix. He is a prison guard at the Lovelock Correctional Facility in Nevada, and he was very, very close to O.J. Simpson. He's been on a few programs out there, and he's out talking about the experience. You got to be thinking, you're going to write a book. You got to write a book, don't you think?
Yeah, and what happened was about a month or two before I retired, I think it was back in August, sitting down, eating dinner with my buddies, and I was telling them about the stuff that the Juice and I talked about. A lot about the Kardashians. I mean, I know everything about the Kardashians through OJ's eyes.
Yeah.
And they said, geez, you got a book here. I said, really? I can't write a book. I mean, I went to UNLV. Nobody from UNLV writes a book. You know what I'm saying? And then they said, well, Corey here, he's a writer. I've known Corey for 9 years. I never even knew he was a writer. So he started helping me out. We started ghostwriting this thing, and now we're just looking for the right publisher. And I think everything's going to be smooth in the end. I think it's going to go over very well.
So so the book is ready to go. You're just waiting on that moment. And what will it be? My Life with OJ Behind Bars. I mean, what will this be called?
It's going to be called Guarding the Juice.
Okay.
And it's about him coming into my life.
Again, young people, that's guarding the juice.
Guarding the juice, correct. And the funny part is that when we used to hang out together, the Juice would call it Jew Juice Time. That was his name for when him and I, because I'm Jewish and he's a Jew, and he used to call that, hey, can I get some Jew Juice Time today,
That
Felix?
is
I
so
said,
funny.
absolutely, Juice. Give me a time.
So, Jeff, I got to ask you, too. So what can you tell us about the real day-to-day O.J. Simpson? What kind of guy is he, and what's it like to have a conversation with him?
Well, he's a very polite guy, very well-mannered. He's a classy guy, charismatic guy, and our conversations were insane. I mean, this guy hung around Donald Trump.
Yeah.
This guy hung around Howard Stern. I mean, he was one of the people in Donald Trump's wedding with Marla Mapes. I mean, I got stories about him and Donald Trump.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
This guy, I mean, the conversations we had were amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know he did things, you know, I mean, hung out with certain people.
Yeah, I mean, listen, OJ was the guy. I mean, prior to this, OJ was the guy. I mean, it's really unbelievable. So, and then he did put on a lot of weight. You say he likes the cookies, right?
Yeah, he likes cookies, he likes cake, but he lost a lot of weight right before he got denied for his appeal because he thought he was going to get released on his appeal.
Yeah.
And his appeal was shot down. So
Tell me
didn't get released.
one thing, because, you know, we're all Buffalo Bills fans here. Tell me one thing that you haven't told to Inside Edition or anybody else that might be in the book, but one gem, one thing that you haven't told anybody in your time with
I don't know
OJ.
if anybody caught it, but I do have O.J. Simpson's yard name.
Oh,
Did
you
you guys
do?
catch that? Oh, his yard. What all the inmates call him on the yard, what he's known in Nevada.
What do they
His
call
yard
him?
name is Bobblehead. They all
Bobblehead.
call him Bobblehead.
Yeah, I
and
did hear
you know
that.
why? Because
Yeah.
his head is way too big for his body.
Right.
He's got a huge head. And the funny part is when he coaches softball, his hat has to go down to laundry to get altered to fit it around his head.
That's funny.
So
That's
OJ coaches softball on the prison team.
Yes, he does. He coached last year. He coached the White Sox. Year before that, he coached the Cardinals.
Okay.
And the year before that, he was a player coach. He actually played.
Okay.
Wow.
And how'd that glove fit on his hand? You know, pretty good.
Hey, I'll give you guys a good one also. You guys want a really good one since you're in Buffalo?
All right.
This one hasn't come out yet. Well, years ago, we were on the yard. Two other officers and myself were on the yard, and OJ came up to us in the morning to say good morning. And as we were talking to OJ, one of the other officers dropped a glove on the ground right in front of OJ. He didn't see him drop the glove. And I looked at the Juice, and I said, hey, Juice, is that your glove on the ground? And he looked down. He saw the glove. He goes, are you kidding me? Is that how you guys roll? I said, hey. He goes, let me guess. You guards want me to try on the glove? I said, absolutely. And then he said, if the glove doesn't fit, are you guards going to quit? I said, Juice, if that glove doesn't fit, we'll walk you right out those front gates right now. And he just started laughing and walked away.
That's funny. That is
That's
funny.
that's the kind of stuff he has to put up with in a prison.
All right, crazy. And does everybody generally like him though? Do the other inmates like him?
Yeah, pretty much. They all get along with him. I mean, he's an easygoing guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's well-mannered. He doesn't disrespect anybody.
Interesting. Very
Pretty
interesting.
wild. Listen, great talking to you, Jeff Felix. And the book, it is going to. It's just a matter of time. The book will be coming out, and it's going to be interesting.
I'm hoping the book comes out with the movie that comes out, that the People versus O.J. Simpson. I'm hoping it comes out about the same time. That'd be fantastic.
Certainly would be. All right, Jeff Felix, thanks for your time. Good luck out there. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much. Have a great day.
I got to say, they say this guy is legit.
Yeah, and
He
some
and
interesting.
he and Bobblehead used to hang.
That was funny. I love too that he's very open about what he thinks. He thinks that OJ did kill.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I got a good grab there. A couple good grabs there, Andrew.
Yes, thank you.
Very nice. None of them go cha-ching, but a couple good ones.
Well, and I'll tell you right now, I the best part of that interview for me was the fact that this guy's looking forward to playing golf with OJ when he gets out. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
I'd head for the hills.
Yeah,
if I were
I
you.
might run.
He said
You're
he's
absolutely
very
right.
forgiving.
Oh, yeah, it's very forgiving.
Yeah.
Just
He might bring
ask,
his-
what's her name?